Joining me now live from Melbourne is a former Footscray footballer and owner of Lamaro's Hotel, Paul Dimattina. Good to talk to you again, Dimmer. It won't surprise you that Melbourne has slid backwards on the list of the world's most livable cities.
Yeah, no, it's probably no great surprise that we have slipped back. It's been obviously a very tough 2 years. Hopefully we get to make a bit of change here in November with an upcoming state election. I think we get our chance to hopefully vote our Socialist Left Labor Party out. It was quite interesting, I think, today. We saw some resignations again, and we can just see which way Dan's taking his whole Labor Party. They don't stand for what they used to stand for. I think it's a pretty sad state of affairs.
It is. I'll come back to state politics in a moment and your involvement, but generally speaking, in the hospitality industry around Melbourne, is it bouncing back? How well are you doing and other people in the industry?
I think there's a fair few of us that are doing reasonably well. Obviously, we are, suffering major staff shortages, and that's not easy. It's probably a big bugbear of mine. I know a few other friends that are in the game, just trying to get people to want to work in our industry again and love and enjoy what they do in hospitality. It's that's probably been the biggest concern. Just manning and running our venues has been ultra tough, and no doubt with the cost of produce and everything rising, the cost of going out has risen enormously for people. So it's a real fine line that we're all sort of sitting on at the moment. Obviously, with the gas and electricity prices, it is literally jaw-dropping the bills I have to pay week in and week out to run and operate a business.
Yeah, it is tough, and this labour shortage is a real bugbear. Really, there can be no excuse then for any unemployment in this country at the moment, because every industry seems to be crying out for workers. What's the answer in the hospitality sector? Do you need to get people in from overseas, or are there other solutions at hand?
No doubt we need our borders are open again now. We need the holiday makers to come over, the working holiday visas. We need the students to come back and start studying in our country again, and that was where we had a lot of our workforce did come from. It's just why a lot of locals don't want to work in hospitality, I don't know. It's obviously I don't see it as a glamorous lifestyle. Yes, it's tough. You're working a few nights, but I enjoy it. I love what I do, and I have a fabulous team. I'm probably one of the lucky ones that is open and trading 7 days a week because we have enough staff. But it is a real concern for a lot of others out there that just can't keep or retain their staff or get them.
Well, maybe one of the problems in your industry is that you were shut down on and off so often. I know young people working in hospitality in Melbourne over the past couple of years who opened up restaurants and bars only to be out of work again, and it was on again, off again, and little wonder they've wandered off into other sectors where the work now is a little bit more reliable. This is perhaps some of the ongoing damage from the way Victoria's been run.
100%. The roller coaster of emotions that not only I had to go through, but all of my staff, and I suppose anyone that was in the industry. It was a really tough, terrible time for us. So, those of us that have survived have probably come out the other side a little bit better now, but it was a definite nightmare, that's for sure. So, hopefully, and I think people have been great. They've sort of got back out and they've embraced coming out again. We just need the government. Well, they haven't put any fear into anyone lately because they're not mentioning case numbers. They're not mentioning deaths anymore. They're letting us live our life like we should be and just live again and let us be free.
Nonetheless, emergency powers are still in place. This is a bit of a bugbear of mine. Shouldn't all of the states, obviously you're talking about Victoria, shouldn't they get rid of these emergency powers so that at least even psychologically people know that the government can't just announce a lockdown overnight, that they can't impose new restrictions overnight? Why on earth do they need any additional powers now? Life is going back to normal.
I don't know, it's beyond me. I just think they're a bunch of control freaks. That's probably the only answer there is for it.
Yeah, indeed. They're addicted to power, I think. Now, mentioning state politics and the looming election in Victoria, you're involved with the Victoria Party. You're not going to run as a candidate, though. What's your involvement in the party, and what are you hoping to achieve?
I've just been helping behind the scenes. We'll start announcing some candidates very soon. I suppose we're just trying to achieve try to get a bit of balance of power back in the upper house and make sure that these career politicians are held to account. We have some fabulous candidates that, as I said, probably be announced next week. These are, real people that have had real life experiences, real jobs. They've owned their own businesses and just not career politicians that honestly half the time I just don't really think they give a stuff about us. So, we will have these people who have a bit of empathy, a bit of compassion, and hopefully can, get the balance of power back in the people's hands and not be overruled and the overreach that the government's had on us for the last couple of years. So we're pretty positive about the way things are heading, and hopefully, people will vote with their heads come November, not and their hearts. We need change. We need serious change, and we need to make our state great again. And it is a real, it's devastating when you go down, whether it's Bridge Road, Richmond, Swan Street, Lygon Street, Carlton. A lot of our great strips, Chapel Street is just vacant tenancy after vacant tenancy after vacant tenancy. Local and small business has taken a massive hit. And, we do know that small business is at the heart of the community. We need small businesses prospering and thriving because they employ people, and it's just nothing better when you've got a great local community. And that's where we're probably lucky at Lamaro, is we have a fabulous little community feel and atmosphere, and we've been embraced by the locals. And, I'd love to see a bit more of that around. We need to see our main streets thriving again.
Yeah, well, all the indications are it's unlikely there's going to be a change of government there. You never know, but you're really focusing on the upper house and seeing whether you can have some sway in the upper house there. And really, in summary, what you want to stand up for small business. That's the main focus of the party, isn't it?
Yeah, that's one of our main focuses. Absolutely. As I said, we do want to see small business thriving, and small business employs a lot of people, and that's what we want to do. We want people working, and we want to, I think we can achieve great things. So hopefully come November, we'll see some significant change.
Thanks for joining us, Dimmer. Appreciate your time.
Pleasure. Good on you, Chris. Thank you.